Today we're in Morgins over in the Swiss part of the PDS, and we're doing a trail check on the Red Trail, which is tipped to be one of the best trails in the world. It's all or nothing. Go big or go home. So Morgins is based at the far end of the Porte du Soleil. You can still use it on your Morgins Leger lift pass. So if you're cycling across, it's going to take you, I don't know, a good hour to hour and a half to get here, and then longer on the way back, because you have to make sure you get the last lifts from Châtel. So it is possible, and it makes for quite a big adventure of a day, but then nothing beats driving over here. Then you've got the freedom to do as you please, and you've got a little base down in the car park. So to drive across, it's going to take you a good hour, and you can park up in the car park right next to the lift, leave all your stuff down there, and then each run ends in the same place, so you can grab some food or whatever, so you don't have to lug all your stuff around with you. Big free car park next to the lift. Our friends over at MTB Beds, they do run a shuttle service over here, so if you fancy coming this direction and you've flown in, you haven't got a vehicle, I believe it's around €20, and they chuck your bike in the back of the van carefully and drop you off over here, so you get the day without the faff of cycling across. So my recommendation is definitely to drive across rather than ride, as you get a lot more time just on these trails, which you'll want. Into the Tobogane, straight up into these bull ride corners. Absolutely massive. Hopping. Come up into a slight little hip into the mother of all road gaps. So we're sort of just a handful of corners in, and straight away we're hitting into some pretty gnarly features, which would usually be a black feature on a trail without a shadow of a doubt. Over in Morgins, it's a red. So right, let's take a little look at this for you guys. So what we're doing, we're popping out of these corners here, setting up on this corner to the right, and then off of this sort of flat, it's almost a flat drop now, there's almost no lip on it whatsoever. She's a monster with a big knuckle on it as well, so you really have to make that landing. And also worth bearing in mind is how fast you're going to be going into these corners. Here's a little look from down below, and it's a different story down here. Go big or go home here. The things I do for this YouTube channel. Let's do this! Woo! Woo! Whoa! The ground just drops away. What a buzz! So we're literally a couple of corners in from that road gap, and look at the way this berm is just sculpted. That was just going to throw anything you can hit it with. It encourages you to ride up on this highlight. Like, look at the tread marks. That's just how it's made, that is. And you can see it just carries on. Alright, the trail that just keeps on giving. Oh, this is just so good. With these trails, they're the kind of runs that take a few goes to sort of practice, so you get to know what's coming up, and you can just keep it faster and faster. They're so confidence inspiring. So that's the top half of Tobogane. We're now going to jump into this rooty bit. Bit of tech now. This is where your bike's going to get a bit of an abuse. Oh God. That one hurt. That one hurt. Oh. That one hurt. That was a proper digger, that. Just shows you get carried away with yourself. And then it bites you. I mean, I think what happened there was the front wheel just tipped over the top of the berm. That was it. And then it was a full-on digger. Whole of the left side is hurting. I think the other thing is I've gone from the dry berms at the top, hitting them real hard, to then coming into the trees where there's still some moisture down. And that's it. That's all it took. Anyway, we're all good, so let's power on through. The tour must go on. So seeing as we're stopped from that crash, we might as well take a bit of a look at the trail. So what is so good about this little section is it's a mix between sort of bike park and natural. So you can see you've got the big catch berms, like you've got up the top, and then into root and rocky sections. And it's a bit of a melee of lines. So you can see here we've got like a little gap over the berm that carries on down there. We've got the main line round the corner, goes up here, and you can just sort of pick your low line, high line. It pretty much just carries on flowing like that until you get to the midsection. Today I'm on the enduro bike and it's taken a bit of punishment. So if you've got a downhill bike, it would be suited to this area because it can get a bit rough. So this place is notoriously quiet because it's so far away from everything else. So you can escape the crowds, come over here, and the trails are genuinely quite well maintained. They're always working on them, filling in the braking bumps, but I mean that's an endless job, and the crew is quite small here. So there is a few braking bumps around the place, but it's nothing to the likes of Morgins or Chatel. No, yeah, Morgins, Chatel or Leger. This is generally a bit more well maintained. Right, let's plough on. You can see why that downhill bike might be quite helpful to have through this stuff and just plough through it rather than trying to be a bit more precise with the enduro bike. Woo! Little root gap, steepy. Woo! See, I know it's a strange thing to say, but it's almost good to have a little crash like that sometimes. It makes you sort of rein it in a little bit. Otherwise you can get a bit overconfident. And now we've got this real sort of flowy section. Woo! Oh. Hey guys. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. Love it. Cheers. Yeah, so it comes onto that little flowy section, carries on a bit further now, and a bit of exposure down to the right hand side, so keep your speed in check. Bit of exposure down there to the right. I'm going to pop my way nice and easy through here. Woo. And then it comes into a bit of a split down here. You can plough straight forward or take the steeper line. Gonna go steep. Whoa! Man, that gets steeper quick. There we go. Again, it splits, more option lines. I prefer this left line. Woo. What a run. It just keeps on delivering though. We're not there yet. More of these big corners. Woo-hoo-hoo. Still a little bit greasy under tyre, so got to be a bit careful. careful. Whoa, that was in the tree. Woo! Just an all-out, like, buzz of a run, this track. This is what it's all about. Got a bit of everything. And now we've got a line here, we can jump straight across the corner. Woo! Little gap. Holy smokes! If you take the bigger lines, sometimes you have to just commit to the corner and wrestle your bike around. Bit of a double there, just gonna roll it. Whoa, almost lost it there. Holy smokes, and that, my friends, is a run of the Tobogane. What a trail! If you want to see some more trail checks, check the link in the description. We've also done a few resort guides in Leger and Morgins, so come and have a look. You might be surprised. Thanks for tuning in, folks. See you on the next one. So you guys can save yourself a cheeky 5% off the MTB Beds holiday. It comes highly recommended, so well worth a look if you're planning a Morgins trip.